Welcome YouTube, it is your boy Dave coming back here with another video. For today we're going to be doing something special. Well, I played it before on the channel, I'd say a good couple of times. However, I just wanted to play it again. Why not? Plus to do a let's play of it, it feels appropriate. What game is this? Dave Mirra's Freestyle BMX Remix. Yeah. I've always loved the Dave Mirra games. I feel like they don't get as much credibility as they don't get as much love as the Tony Hawk games, which at this point I kind of get, especially considering there's a lot of stuff to unpack with the Dave Mirra games. It's less the games themselves and everything that kind of happened to them. R.I.P. Dave Mirra first and foremost, and second, what happened to the company that made them. Z-Axis went on to make some fucking weird games after this, like BMX and Aggressive Inline are the most, I think, the last real games they even worked on, because as far as I can tell, Z-Axis, I don't even know if they're doing anything anymore, if they're even existent. Considering the fact that BMX I think was their last game, I'll assume so. Also, I am just fucking this shit up. Hold on. God, I am so glad that they put like an actual thing for the moves other than just being like, well, here you go, good luck. Trying to figure this shit out. Okay. Oh, to do wall. Okay, it's X. Sorry, I'm so used to how Tony Hawk works with that. Okay. I guess we gotta get some momentum before we'll actually be able to do this. But, yeah, I'd say it's one of those series where I really wish there was more, like, fan stuff, to be honest. Like, kind of like how Tony Hawk was for a good while. Or, I'd say, I'd say still, to this day. I guess Tony Hawk really was and is thing that's kind of built by the fans, because realistically, as much as we got like Tony Hawk 1 plus 2, that game doesn't really get like consistent updates, or like as much as people really want to see. I'm just fucking this up. We're just gonna make a new run. But as much as people really want to see like a whole nother fucking, like a whole nother DLC, or like another Tony Hawk, or just a couple new Tony Hawks, I'm fine with it just being like a one and done thing that they did maybe like once. Well, you can tell the year 2001. But yeah, for me at least, I'll just say this. I'm glad to see Tony Hawk is in a better place than what it was a couple of years ago. Because let's be fair here, like Tony Hawk, if it ended around like the HD 5 era, oh, that would be the worst. Which it technically did for a good while. I'm more than happy by the fact that like Tony Hawk 1 plus 2 even came out. Right? Is it the best? Is it the best version of Tony Hawk to play? No, God no. But I'll say this: it's better than it's far better than playing Tony Hawk HD. Like I sat down and I played some of HD, and I'll say this: whoever programmed that game really didn't know what the hell they were doing. Like, I know Robomoto, if memory serves well, a lot of them were like there was a connection between Robomoto and fucking Midway of all people, like some of the older devs. But that's kind of like, that's like saying the connection between, fucking Isopod Labs and Luxoflux, it's like, yeah, some of the people, some of these are old veterans, but they're not really given. Either they're not being given, or they really aren't putting in as much effort as you'd expect them to. Because Tony Hawk HD is just, for one, you can't even get it anymore. So I guess if you really don't like it, be glad that game has been delisted. So at least there's that in the world. Recently, in terms of like remasters or like weird little things, I actually got the Xbox 360 exclusive Vigilante game, because I love car combat. It's a genre of game that I feel like has really never, no, not never really, but it really hasn't been made all that often, or at all in recent memory. Sure, the Switch gets maybe a few new games for like car combat wise, but they're more like side modes. There's never anything that's just like, here's just a straight up car combat game. And I was always curious about Vigilante Arcade. It's from my mind, it is a butt ugly game, but I had the demo on my 360 for like a hot minute, but was just playing the Xbox One for a good while, so I swapped it out and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll swap out for the Xbox 360 and set it up in the old living room and decided on playing it for a bit. And I'll say this, after getting like the DLC and everything, just getting the whole package was like what, $7-8 for like the whole thing. And like, you know what, fuck it, might as well see what the whole game is about. And honestly, I am very disappointed by what they did to Vigilante. Um, it's supposed to be basically like a whole ass thing of the first game, right? And I think if it was just the first game, I would be fine with it. But there's so much missing content, right? There's so much fucking missing content, and I think to any diehard Vigilante fans out there, how many there are, they probably already knew this. I mean, for me, granted, I was more just like, look, at this point, I'm just curious to see like a new a new Vigilante, even if it's shit. I'll still try it out because there really has get to the haunted house roof by grinding. How the fuck are you supposed to do that? You can grind to get to the one side, but I don't think you can see another one for the other side. But um, I guess that's what we're gonna figure out. But yeah, for me, it's just like there's so much weird shit in that game. Like design wise, like it feels like it was either a rush job or, well, I mean, it was originally like an Xbox arcade game, so I wasn't really expecting it to be like super big in terms of games and all that. But still, for me, it's like it's a vigilante game, and like car combat I never really considered like that big, right? So to see it kind of be as small as it was, maybe it was because back then like you could make like a bajillion levels a lot easier thanks to like the hardware, like this stuff. But when it comes to like maybe 360, like I'm not sure. I would love to see like an interview someone did with like maybe one of the older devs during that era, or like anybody that worked at Isopod Labs during the development of that game, because I find it to be incredibly interesting, to be honest. And I know it's just a mediocre version of Vigilante 8, but like that game, and I will always say this, that game is probably one of my favorite games of all time. Vigilante 8 and Vigilante Second Offense. In terms of car combat games, they really cannot be beaten. Outside of maybe, and this is a controversial opinion, I think I've said this in the other video, but uh, like maybe like some of the later Twisted Metals or Twisted Metal 3 is really where I'd say the series got good, because good lord, like comparing it to what happened with Vigilante HD, it is a dying shame. Like, good lord, no car combat game should make it so that way you fall over and then you have to wait just to get the fuck up. Also, oh, okay. Alright, that's nice. They at least show you what the fuck you're supposed to do. I feel like a... Oh, okay. Thank you, game. Oh, that's nice. That was awesome. That was fucking awesome. Alright, I like that. But, yeah, let's just end the run. Alright. Let's go with the hardcore stuff. Yeah, this game, I'll always say, is it I think I enjoy just the way this game overall works in terms of like, oh, here's 4 missions that are easier, but they give you pull a no-footed backflip, jump over the carousel roof and grind to the fun house. Oh, okay, so that was the thing I was doing beforehand. Alright, so I brain farted because I think that was the one thing I was stuck on like last time I played this, like fucking whenever that was. God damn. But yeah, I would say things are actually going in a... Oh my god, you have to land it on that? Alright. I'll say this. Dave Mirra is a game that, like, I genuinely will... I've been trying to put on, like, this little emulation device I bought. It's called, like a POW Kitty or something like that. It's an interesting device, no doubt, but the problem with it is it requires a very specific file format for PS1 games. And even with that, it only will like play certain PS1 games. So it's very, 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 very specific as to what it wants. And for me, it's like, I just wanted this. I just wanted Dave Mirra. Maybe it's a bit more of a technically impressive PS1 game. I'm not really sure. Not really sure. And then again, they're probably is far better, but in terms of like graphics or whatever. But it's just weird to me that like something that can run PS1 games cannot run this. Then again, there's for me there's been kind of like a weird, I guess less of a joke and more just a repeated thing where I have gone out and done the most absurdist shit in order to try to find a way to emulate Vigilante 8 on the N64. And I know you're gonna say, why emulate it? Why emulate Vigilante 8 when you can just get like the PS2 version, or not the PS2, the PS1 version, just way easier. And I'd say it's I don't know. I guess it's down to nostalgia on that one. I just really want to play it like that way because I don't know something. The PS1 version is good, but I don't know something about the soundtrack and some of the like really small shit that really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. I generally like about the N64 version, but both are good. Both are good. Although realistically, if we're gonna go with like which version of Vigilante Second Offense is better, it's Dreamcast. It is immediately the fucking Dreamcast. There is no, there is no debate. There is no fucking debate. Like if I was debating someone over Vigilante, whenever the fuck that would be, I would just say the Dreamcast version because it has the maps from the first game, so that automatically makes it better. I mean, I'm still a little surprised, and this may be something that's like impossible to do or something like that, but like somebody putting the characters from like the first game and porting them over to like the second game or something like that would be genuinely really cool. Also, um, going back to Vigilante 8 Arcade, they pull like a weird revisionist thing, and I know that sounds really weird to say regarding a fucking video game, but like, okay, basically there is the classic skins, which are basically like the blocky, pixelated looking ones. For some cars, yeah, it's correct. Like with Dave's van, yeah, there's a character in Vigilante 8 if you don't know named Dave. It's a lot of Dave going on right now. It's like a Daveosity, fucking playing Dave Mirra. My name is Dave. And we're discussing the car from Vigilante 8, to whom is Dave. Wow. It's a lot. But, no, one of the other characters, basically, their car was originally, like, blue, right? But for some reason, they make it, like, for the retro thing, they make it a completely different car with completely different, like red. I'm like, what? Why? And it kind of happens throughout it. Like, I get, like, maybe it's just easier for the model to be, like, looking like this instead, but there's just so much weird shit that goes on. For example, Molo, who's basically always drove in the first game a school bus, now drives the prison bus from the second game. It's like that. There's so much weird shit where it's like they wanted to play it safe in terms of what they could do. So rather than going full hog and making like a full-on remaster, which thankfully there's an individual within the community who is actively trying to remaster Vigilante, which good for him. Good for him. God bless. I think I think we're just gonna switch over to the next level because I genuinely kind of forgot that. I know we're gonna be there a fucking minute, so we might as well just go to the next level and just play it that way. So yeah, Jiffy Market. All right, yeah. I remember this place. This fucking area, pretty cool. I'd say a lot of these areas aren't really like, they're not. I guess the good way of saying it is like the first game felt more like arenas, like you had like a park and all that. This one, I think it felt very small in regards. Like the first Master Carnival, this one's just like a fucking grocery store at night, and I kind of like that. I will say, things have been getting good, both in the world and or in life. I remember I was listening to the news, and I think this is a bit of an interesting thing. Apparently, they've improved nuclear fusion, which is something that you don't really hear all that often. Like, you don't really hear advancements in nuclear energy. Maybe it's because of like the fact that they're like, yeah, you really got to get off coal at some point because that the whole global warming thing. That's still a thing, guys. And they're like, yeah, we figured it out. It's like, oh, okay. I'm not sure how they did it, but I'm glad. I'm pretty glad that we got an advancement in that regard. It's I know it's gonna be like a really random thing to be talking about, especially in hindsight. We're gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch this Let's Play by Dave, or shit, I'll probably watch it later down the road at some point, probably years afterwards. And I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember when that happened. Same thing with, apparently there's been a bit of an advancement in cancer research. I didn't see the entire thing, but hopefully there is. God bless. But yeah. I would say we are officially out of like the era of COVID. Not completely. There's still some people that are still standing by anti-vax this and other things like that. But for the most part, it feels like things have come back to a sense of normality. Whoa, fuck, that was cool. I like that. But we've come back to a sense of normality for the moment, thankfully. Shit's still weird, and I think there's still remnants of it, like ghost kitchens and just the way that a lot of industries were kind of built off. The pandemic, for lack of a better term. Like, there was a lot of shit that went on during that era, during those 3 years. But I don't get... Wow, we already got another fucking level? Holy shit. Let's see, grind 60 feet anywhere, jump from the load of docking, wall ride into the food market roof, score over 25,000 points in a run. Alright, yeah, we can do that. Probably do the grinding and the other thing. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty optimistic for the future, and I think... And that's something to really say, considering, the last couple of years. Like, I would say, and this is the weirdest way to really showcase just how things have been over in the past couple of years. YouTuber, I think it was Todd in the Shadows, he would do these year-end reviews with music, and you'd ask, oh, what would that have to do with generally, like, the world in general? Well, I would say it's because of the way that music kind of was during those points. Like, from 2016 onward, it really wasn't, like, joyful. I mean, granted, starting from 2016 to, like, now, it's been a pretty rough fucking ride, whether it be, Trump's election, the stuff going on during all that. And then you also had stuff in regards to, like, the whole COVID and all that, which a lot of that was really rough, and I'm just glad we're mostly out of it. I'm just glad. Things feel like they're finally getting better. I mean, sure, there's still some stuff that's still rough. I mean, we're still in economic inflation. At least I think so. I'm not 100% sure if we're still at a point where, like, the economy's, like, still really, really, really bad. But I think we're getting better. I think. I'm going to stay optimistic. I'm going to try to stay optimistic. Lord knows, but I'm going to try to stay optimistic on this one. Usually I'm not a very optimistic guy, to be honest. I'm kind of a negative Nancy. But you know what? It's a new year. Well, it's not a new year yet, but it's Christmas time. I got some Christmas lights set up, but you can see the reflection of them on the goddamn screen. But, feeling pretty colorful. I'm feeling good. Holy fuck, how the fuck was that even possible? But I'm feeling pretty good generally, and I have some faith that, things might get good, But, I mean, if anything goes as they have been, then I'll say this, the only thing I can really say that's been really shitty as of recently is what's been going on with Ukraine. Like, I hope those people the best, because Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. That is some fucked up shit. Bar none. But, not to bum anybody out, just wanted to point it out, but outside of that, I mean, yeah, I'd say this, for me at least, I will say this year's been a rough ride. It has been an incredibly rough ride, but, what year isn't, realistically, You kind of just go with the flow, figure out what's going on, then just go on with what you can, You deal with it, and then you're done, I will say though, I am pretty glad I started listening to more Yellow, like the Oh Yeah guys. I started listening to them actually, and their music is fucking weird, and I love it. Like I realize I have just this propensity for weird ass music, and it's, I don't think there's a lot of people that really like want to listen to that kind of stuff, but I'm like, I could fuck with it. maybe just because it's just like, oh yeah, dude, here's this bizarre song that was made in like the 80s. And then one thing that gets me, fucking Yellow of all things made a fucking album like fairly recently. I'm like, huh. Usually, like, when you think like, oh yeah, this band, oh, they probably went on tour. No, they made like a whole ass album, and I thought, listening to it, I was like, oh, that's probably from the 80s. No, that's actually from now. And I'm like, incredible. It really is. Oh, wait, when they say grind 60 feet, they mean like a full 60 feet. Holy shit. I don't. Okay, first, okay. I've been fucking up that for this whole time. Okay, when they say grind 60 feet, I think for the most part, I brain farted. I was like, oh yeah, 60 feet. Yeah, that'll be simple. Let's give it one more go. Let's try to grind 60 feet. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. But you know what? You never know. Okay. Alright, never mind. I guess I got it. Fucking mission accomplished, boys. I was... Never doubt yourself. Just do it. You never know with these things. Yeah, maybe I should be a little bit more optimistic. You never know. I'm feeling like a fucking orange right now, to be honest. I'm feeling all... like fucking happy and shit. God damn, I haven't felt like this in a hot minute, to be honest. So it just feels good. It feels real good. And I'm hoping anybody that's watching this, I hope your day goes good. Hope your week goes good. Hope your year goes good. Even though it's only, maybe a month left in the year. Hopefully next year goes good if this year hasn't. Let's just say that. But yeah. Oh, jump from the loading dock to the roof. Okay, we can do that. God, I don't know. Maybe it's this game or something. We did it. We did it. I mean, all right, let's go in reverse. Does that count? No, it doesn't. All right, but we got to it. We just fucking slammed our head against the wall. All right, try doing it classily. There we go. Hell yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's do a cool guy flip. Hell yeah. Well, we didn't really do a flip. That was a bit of a disappointment, but whatever. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, I know when it comes to doing these Let's Plays, like, I know I said in the last one, like, oh yeah, I'll do one tomorrow, but a lot of stuff came up, and I was just like, never mind. I'll just, scheduling and all that, and saying one thing and then doing another, it's just how it goes. It really is, like, especially when you have like work and you're tired and you're like, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it some other day. But like I've been more willing to do Let's Plays as of recent, because I'm like, I have a channel and I have, the ability, so why not? Why not make a full on, video or something? Like Dave with 2 E's, just one. There you go. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go to the next level real quick. Let's see what that is, because I'm not trying to keep this video, I think it's like 32 minutes, I think is the standard. So we'll do it that way. High school, this one I remember. This one I definitely remember. Yeah, it seems like most of the levels in this one were more like hometown, rather than being like all over the place, like Woodward and all that, which is interesting. Regardless, I'd say both of the maps in this are fucking dope. I love them. Man. I will say one thing I am a bit disappointed about, and it's in regards to weather. I know. I think last time I was talking about how it was kind of gray or something like that, or I forget. There's I make videos, and sometimes I even forget what the hell I say. But if memory serves well in regards to the weather, I think there's a decent chance it'll snow or rain, because it's going to be pretty warm out tomorrow, and then immediately crash into the cold, which I'm a little miffed about. And I know it's one of the dumber things, but like I just want to have some snow on a day that I am not like doing anything, like maybe like Wednesday of next week, right? If we get some snow Wednesday, I would be happy. I'd be incredibly happy, because like, look, like, you deal with like winter for a short period of time, and in that short period of time, for me at least, I appreciate the fuck out of it, because I don't know, I always loved like the cold weather and all that. And wow, that fucking crustoleum on that door, Jesus. But just generally, going and doing all this stuff. It's like winter in general. It's just something that I enjoy a lot. I mean, I know there are people that are gonna be like, "Oh, I hate winter. It fucking sucks." It's like, yeah, I mean, I know why. You get cold. There's a higher chance of getting stuff like not freezer burn, Jesus, like frostbite or like just sick in general. There's a lot of negatives to winter, but I always loved it because it's like it's cold. And it's very peaceful. It's very tranquil. It's a very tranquil season. And it's a season where everybody comes together. It's like family time. So for me, it's like, yeah, that's nice. I like it. It's wholesome. I am just eating complete ass. Jesus. Okay, we have to just figure out first and foremost where those other 4 lockers are, because there's this one right here, and then there are those right here, but then where are the other ones? That is the bigger question. I wouldn't doubt they're probably on the other side, which I think is one of the reasons why I kind of don't like this. Like, I remember this map, but I think this little area right here was always kind of annoying. Kind of, but not like that annoying. I think I see what you gotta do. Come on. Damn it. We had to have some more pamper on that one. Alright. But yeah. We're just trying to figure out where the other stuff is. I think it's probably up there. Wouldn't doubt. Yeah. Yep, there it is. Alright. I would love to do like requests. Like if someone's like, "Oh yeah, you should play this game." I would be totally down to do that. Just do like shorter, just random let's plays of games people suggest. Cause you know what? Why not? Why not? Like some retro stuff, or maybe some more stuff that's on like Steam. Maybe like every so often, I'd actually sit down and try a game like I don't know, Amori or something. Cause I know that game. Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, you should play it." Patrick told me, "Oh yeah, Dave, you should try it out at some point." Well, he didn't explicitly say that, but I know he was just like, I tried it out once or twice, and I was like, you know what? Generally, it's an alright game. I think I wouldn't play it for too long because I think games that are like, kind of like that, like a lot of reading and all that. It's like I'm not saying I'm an idiot. It's not that I can't read. It's just I don't know, something about that game and like Undertale. Like I like it as like let's play fodder, I guess. Like just you're tired. It's been a long day. You just put on a let's play and call it a day. That's kind of like what that game is in my eyes. I mean, granted, like I probably would play Undertale at some point. Same thing with like I have Deltarune Chapter 1 on my Switch, and I just never got to touching it. Same thing happened with Mario. What was it, 60 or 30 something? I forget what it's called. Like the Mario one, where it's like a bunch of Marios all trying to race at once. That I had that on the Switch, but I have yet to even touch it, which is dumb, but whatever. But I guess for me, it's like there's just certain games where it's like you'd really have to convince me to play them, like strategy games, because I'll be honest, a lot of those really do bore me. It's like, look, I like the sweet feeling of like like a game like this, like where you're just going and you're doing some more. It's not just you're gradually doing like granted if I'm playing it with like let's say like Tim, right? If we're playing like Civ and we're having a great fucking time like that last time where the fucking little island looked like goddamn Among Us, that was great because there was at least enough going on because banter and all that and just the overall vibes. But if you're playing it alone, especially when you have no idea, because I think for me personally, I just had a lot of bad memories from playing something, a game known simply as Gladius. Like, when I think of strategy games, I think of that fucking game, and I don't even think if people remember that. Weirdly, I know that they made action figures for it, and I still don't know why. Fast plant, the high school sign. The fuck is a fast plant? I feel like I've seen it before. I think I already like looked at it. I just probably don't remember it. Fast plant. Oh yeah, yeah, okay. Fast plant, the high school sign. All right. All right. I'm trying to gain some height, but right before we ate fucking shit. I think we got about 2 minutes left on the video, which gives us just enough time to do one more run before I end the video. But yeah, I think next video maybe viewer submitted, or I'll just go with just a random fucking RPG. I might start doing like a 30-minute thing of a very specific RPG. Fuck, you know what? I think that might be a fun idea. I've been playing a lot of Kingdom Hearts. Now, I really don't want to be playing... Well, oh my god. I really don't want to be playing that game as a Let's Play, because, I don't know, some games I think are fun as Let's Plays, and others I really don't think they're good as Let's Plays, because of just how you get, like, maybe... I'm thinking, and I guess I'll shoot the idea... I'm thinking of doing a Let's Play of specifically not Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy VII, because I own it, and I own the complete game. However, I have yet to even touch it. And it is one of those games that I know everyone and their grandma will tell you it's one of the better, Final Fantasy games, or it's one of the best RPGs ever made. And that might be true. That might be 100% true. However, I have yet to even touch it, and I would love to see. I would love to try it out. But like as a Let's Play, because I know if I do it as a Let's Play, I will be interested in playing it as such, and I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, this game's really good, and want to keep playing it, because something like this, I know even once the camera goes off, I'm gonna keep playing it. But yeah, we barely did anything in this level. We did enough, but I'll say this: this is a good Let's Play. It wasn't the best. We didn't get that far, and we didn't do that much. But you know what? Sometimes, you gotta move by your own pace, I guess. Yeah.